Good morning, I'm Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop, and today we have sew along progress, which is super fun, and then I'm going to get to talk about our free Christmas and free fall sew alongs and an upcoming sew along with our Jolly Bar 5 book and a new scrappy quilt that I decided to start and all of our new fabrics. So I have a ton of stuff to show you. Now on my sew along progress, we did this recently, so you're not going to see as many as you did last time because last time there was a bigger break between the sew along progresses. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was the vintage Milkmaid star paper, and we've shown it to you once before. But I kind of wanted to go into detail about it and talk about the challenge that we're having. So the paper comes in 6-inch and 12-inch. And this paper is a little bit different because you get 10 blocks per package because each page is a quarter of the block because it is, a lot of different pieces. So from July 10th to August 10th, we are challenging you to make one block using this paper. You can use either the 6-inch or the 12-inch, and we're just trying to get you to be creative. You can show your creativity. It's zooming in and out, the fuzziness. Okay, hold on, we're gonna lock the screen. You can show your creativity with your different fabric collections, fabric choices, fussy cutting, all things. It's just, I want to show you how you can make different blocks. Now, I made all of these, it took me about, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks. And I'm just going to show them to you so you can see the difference in the blocks. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these yet, so you guys can send me your requests or what you think I should do. So you can see this is a quadrant. And like on this one, I did more of a donut where it was just busy and then a background. And then this one, I kind of had the points show. And like this one has all the colors. And then some of them I did 4 different fabrics in each quadrant. So you can kind of see this is the inverse of this. I should have organized these before I started. Like this is the reverse of this. Let me find the reverse of this one. And by inverse, I just mean on one, the background is in one place, and then the other one, the background is in the opposite place. Maybe I didn't do the inverse of that one. So there's 4 of them, or 8 of them. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. My favorite one, I think, is this one. Now, these blocks, I made these in Gentler Times, which is Lori's newest collection that just arrived. And like these two are similar right here. This one, I used one fabric for the outside. And then this one I used 4 different fabrics for the outside, but basically the laying out of the fabrics here is the same. These two, are similar. I don't even know what the difference is, to be honest. I think I made these the same and didn't. I don't even think there's a difference. Oh, I used 4 different backgrounds here and 1 background here. And then like these 2 are the same backgrounds and the quadrants, but you really can't, from far away, you really can't see a difference. And then this one is just scrappy all around, and then this one is by quadrant. So I just had a lot of fun sewing all of these together. I can tell you it was a ton of work. I just wanted to do something really scrappy, but I will tell you the ones that have just 2 colors, I think those stand out the best. I'm going to show you those 2 together at the end. I think those 2 show the best. Let's see. And so you can see kind of the feel. These are kind of like donut-y. And then these, when you look at them, you see more of the star. And these papers are by Lori Holt, and it's So Emma. And this is the only, we got a lot of questions on this. This is the only way to make the block. We do not have any other instructions for the block. We got so many requests for that, but it's a very complicated block, so that's why we did it on foundation paper, and that's why there is no instruction. Now, I'm sure you can find an instruction somewhere on the internet doing it, but the way that we have it is just through the papers. So let me know what you think of these, and then what I want you to do is post a photo or a reel of your block and tag us at Fat Quarter Shop so we can see it. We want you to put a little caption about your inspiration, like maybe what fabric you used, and you know, just something about it. And then we're gonna have winners. I do have some people who have been sewing along that I want to show their blocks. Not many of you have shown your blocks, so we don't have many to share. So this is Nicole Spores, and Nicole is a cross stitcher, and she got into quilting, I think about last year. Do you think that's right? I could be wrong on that, but look how cute this is. I love this. It makes me want to buy it. And it looks like she's using some fig tree Christmas fabric. I love it. And then she made, if you look at that, at first I just saw the bag. But then the second time I was like, oh, look, there's the cute little pin cushions. So cute. I love it. And then she said the zipper pull is by Lois of Elegant Stitch at Lady Dot Creates. The next one is by Pam of Pam Kitty Morning. I don't know if you guys remember her. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. This is totally Pam Kitty Morning fabrics. And let's see. Oh, so she's using a Leah Lutz fabric, which is super cute. And then this is her second version, and I think this is older Lake House fabric from way back in the day. And then this is Mariah's Makes, and this one, I don't think I did one like this. So this one has a total different vibe than any of the ones I did, so I'm excited to see one that isn't any of the layouts that I did. And then the tip I would give you, there's one more. This is Stitching Lone Star, and I think that is Benartex fabric, really cute. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Benartex fabric. So let me know if you guys, maybe in the comments, you can let me know if, you know, you've sewn it, if you have any tips. I'm gonna show you the back of my blocks just to show you. I didn't press open this time. I just pressed away. And then these two are all, like if you look, my seams are even pressed the same direction, and it ended up fine. But this one's fun, but these two are my favorite. I will tell you, these two are my favorite because when you look at them from far away, I feel like you really see the design. I feel like some of the ones where I got really scrappy like this, I just felt like too much is going on. But it's fun to just sit and play and just make blocks for fun. So I made 20 blocks just for fun. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with them. I might not do anything with them. Maybe I can make some bags. I don't know, they're super cute. So I'm so excited about those blocks. The next thing I wanted to show you is my next scrappy quilt. So I recently finished a couple of my scrappy quilts, and I decided to get a new one. Sorry, our camera is not having a nice morning. I decided that I wanted to make a new scrappy quilt, but I wanted to use some bigger pieces because I felt like two of the scrappy quilts that I just finished, they took like 3 years, and to me that's just too long. So in Lori's Prairie Home book, she has a quilt called Hearth and Home, and yeah, you can see the bottom. Okay, so I did press all of this open. You don't have to. So what I liked about picking this quilt from the Prairie Home book is you use 20 fabrics around the outside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 5. So you use 20 around here and then 3 in here. So I have to have 23 fabrics to make this one work. I'm using the same white on white on all of my blocks, so it'll tie together. And it's on page 130, and I'm gonna show you, there's no border. So just looking at it, you can see that having that same background is going to tie it together. And I'm using one different collection for each block, and there's a total of 12 blocks. So I have 4 done so far, I think. This one is In the Garden by Corey Yoder. And these are they're pretty easy. The only thing is, one of the pieces is bigger than a layer cake, so a layer cake won't work for this. I haven't picked my binding or backing. I'm not that far along yet. This one is Rosy Fig Tree. This one is Ann Sutton. I don't know. Light a Rose, yes. And then this one is Layla Boutique. I can't think of the name of it.
Wild Honey.
Wild Honey. So, okay, so the other thing that I did is, and you don't have to do this, is, you know, I used 20 different fabrics here, and then I used 3 fabrics here. I used 2 different ones for the center, and then 1 for the half square triangles. So this one's fun because the only thing I would say that is hard about it is that you do need some bigger strips. So I kind of went from like teeny fabrics to big, and I kind of do that in life. Like, you know, I'm like, oh, I don't want to do anything small, and then I go to something and I'm like, oh, it's way too big. But I think this one's going to be cute. On this one, I would say the limitation is that you have to have, for the way I'm doing it, you need 23 different fabrics. So some fabric collections only have 21. So those obviously, you know, wouldn't work unless I figured out a way to make it work. And then I'm not going to do any that are too, that don't have a lot of different colors, because I think it'll stick out. This one kind of has a little bit. You can use a large fat quarter bundle for this quilt. Let me see what the fabric requirements are. I think it is, the fabric requirements are for you to use 48 fat eighths. And that's if you do it the way the book says. And I'm just doing it for fun. I don't even think I've shown Lori these blocks yet. The good news I can tell you is I talked to Moda, and they are able to reprint this white on white. So when we sell out, we'll have more in November. How much would we need to make it out of one collection? You would need 48 fat eighths, and then the book would tell you how much background fabric. Okay, let's see. Okay, the next one is Moda blockheads, and this one's going to finish at 60 by 80, so it's going to be a pretty big lap quilt, but not too big. So now I'm going to show you Moda blockheads. I am using the A Bloom collection by Corey Yoder, and this right here is a white on white 29/146/11. And so I don't know which. Okay, so these are block 9. So these were from last week, I believe. And basically, there's a book called My Favorite Color is Still Moda. That's what I'm using to put mine together. You don't have to buy that, because you can just go every Wednesday and go to the Moda blog, and you will see the free pattern. This is block 10, both of these. This one, you use a like a foundation paper template. And this one, I think I made 3. I don't know why I made 3. Do you remember why I made 3?
On that sticky, it said that you made a mistake.
Oh, I made 1. Oh, I wrote it down. 1, I made a mistake twice, mistake, and 1. Okay, what's the mistake? Let me see. This is so hilarious. See, I don't even remember making, oh, I know what it is. Okay, so when you look at this one, that looks right, and these two don't look right. So basically these two should have been swapped. So I might use this one on the back of my quilt or something. But that's funny that I write stuff and I don't even read it. So that is, and they're going, if you look at the booklet, my favorite color is Moda. They're going in a different order of the booklet, and so I'm just doing that. This one is block 4 or block 3, and this is the other one. So I think this is 4 and this is 3. And so I'm using the Bloom collection. I'm using the same white on white throughout. I can tell you I started with a fat quarter bundle and I had to buy a second one. But the reason why is this collection has like a gray, like a dark gray, and then kind of like a light brown, and I ended up not using those. Now I will use those in something else. I'm not going to get rid of them or anything. I did try to mix in some different backgrounds so it's not too white. I still haven't decided how I'm going to do the layout. If you look at my So Quilty Live, she's doing a certain layout. Different people are doing different layouts. I'm just deciding that this time I'm just going to make some blocks. I'm going to have fun. I'm not going to focus on the finishing. And then when I get to the end, maybe I could make one quilt out of it, but I've made so many blocks. Maybe I make 2 quilts out of it. Who knows? I thought, for this one, why don't I just make some blocks, enjoy the time making the blocks, and not focus so much on the ending. Let's see. The white background on the bigger prairie blocks. What are prairie blocks? Hearth and Home is 20708-36. This background is 29146111. So this one right here is a coriander seeds. It's the little X. And we have both of those backgrounds in stock. I looked this morning. So let me know if you are sewing along with Moda blockheads. This one I have been pressing open. And then the next one that I'm worked on is Cali and Co, which is a free block of the month by Corey Yoder. I started it in January. This is my July blocks. So this is the July block. And then these are like the leftovers from the corners. Like if you clip these back, these are my leftovers. I don't know what she's doing with these. At the end, I'm just gonna have to pay attention. And then I've just been marking them with an alpha bitty. Now I can tell you we have something really cool with alpha bitties coming. I was hoping it would arrive yesterday. It didn't. So y'all need to watch the What's New page because it's something we've worked on for, no joke, 5 years. I almost want to say longer. Kevin is a perfectionist. Anybody who's ever worked here knows. And he was like, we got to get this perfect. And I think we did. Now, this is made with the Cali and Co collection. And we do have plenty of fat quarter bundles in stock. The white on white is sold out. I looked this morning, but if you wanted to still use this collection, you could easily use the 29147-11. And if you're ever looking for a good white on white, all you have to look for is Coriander Seeds, is the name of the collection. And I think what I'm going to do is go in and I'm going to label those white on white so that those are easier for you guys to find. And those Moda is keeping in stock, so that's exciting. I'm loving this one. I just think it's super cute. I like the fabrics. I will say I don't love the purple, even though I have on purple today. You guys, several people have talked about it. I will talk about it if Denise reminds me at the end why I have on purple today. Or maybe I'll remember. Thank you to the super chat from Kathy Dayton. I'm actually cold, and that's actually why I have it on, but this is my favorite little, you can see how it is all, probably has holes in it. It is just like disgusting at this point. Thank you to the Bothola. She says, hello, dear Kimberly. Haven't been able to join a live for a long time. I love what you do. Thank you. I love that you're watching. These can be found, the patterns for this are on Corey Yoder's blog. She also does videos with this. The patterns are free, and she also has a handout on it. Okay, the next sew along that I've been working on is the 2025 Quilting Live block of the month. This one started in January, which is the Cali and Co. And this one also started in January. This one is hosted on Sherry McConnell's blog, It is called the 2025 Block of the Month, and I used a mix of Raspberry Summer and Laguna Sunrise. Now, she releases this on the first Monday of every month for 2025. This is my July block. Now, what I wanted to tell you was, I believe at the end of the year, she turns these into paid patterns. So like if you come back and now we're in 2029 and you're watching this video, this is not going to be free anymore. I think that's how she does it. And let's see, this one I didn't press open. So somebody just asked, do I press every block open? When I have the Laura Star iron, I love to press open because of the results. Now I'm going to go hang out with some friends in August. And I'm going to I can't take my Laura Star iron, I don't think. So I'm going to probably not press open. I'll probably take an Aliso iron or something. I probably won't press open on those. Okay, so now I'm going to answer questions because I see a lot in there. Corey said on last week's video, if you've been saving the half square triangles, you won't have to make any more and we'll use them in future blocks. Are you getting any more of the bloom thread? Well, you know, yes, but
August, right? End of August.
End of August. So what, I don't know what's going on, but that I have ordered that from Aurifil, Checker, Brewer, everybody who has it, and they'll come in and then they're gone. So I don't know why Aurifil hasn't made like more of a production of it. I think it's kind of the reason they're so popular is the demand, is the production is slow on that. Will we be getting clips with letters? Yes, and they're the cutest thing ever. What is the name of the pattern that you're using from Lori's Prairie Home book? It's called Hearth and Home. And in that book, I'll just tell you, when all three of us who were in the room, we went to the photo shoot, I was during that photo shoot like making notes, and I made a big list of quilts I wanted to make from that book that were scrappy. So I have more items from that book that I'm going to make after this one. Will there be a reprint of Calico Days? No. How much would we need to make it out of one collection? Let me just have that book. I'm going to read the whole fabric requirements because there's been like 5 questions. So let me just do that. So
Tell
that
them what page as well.
page 130. 2 1/8 yards of a background print, 48 fat eighths. For the inside, you need a 5/8 of the half square triangles and then 2 fat quarters for the 4 patches in the inside, and then binding and backing. What pattern is the heart quilt behind me? This one is a free quilt along by Fig Tree that she hosted in February of 2025, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And then this one right here is a book, Strawberry Garden book.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah, good job, everybody. Sometimes I can remember, sometimes I can't. Okay, I like those. I just ordered the Woven Star papers to try and use up my scraps. Yay! I love the Woven Star too. Oh, and the Woven Star, I haven't made any new blocks because I haven't seen any turn packs that I like recently. I know that sounds horrible, sorry. What is a good Lori quilt for a queen size bed? Oh my gosh, all of her stuff. She has so much stuff. There'd be no way to even answer that question. I mean, she's probably designed 500 quilts. I love the FPP tablets from y'all. They're easy and fun to create with. Yes, so I'm going to like a little retreat. I'm going to take a bunch of my papers. I am going to, at the end, I'll talk about what I'm going to work on if I remember. I don't want to give away too much because once I give away something, then people are immediately like, is there a kit? Is there this? Is there that? And I'm going to take a week to myself. I feel like I really need it. The last sew along I showed was Sherry McConnell. If you look up Sherry McConnell, A Quilting Life, you will find it. Can I go over info for Socialites 3? We've done that today. I don't have any of that in the room with me, so I couldn't do that today. We have everything though on the blog, and more information. All the final information is coming in like September, October. Will I be offering more Americana half yard bundles? Yes. I just have to get more shipments of that fabric. Would you repeat the name of the sew along with the block in front of you? This one, Sherry McConnell, A Quilting Life. And all of these sew-alongs that I do at the very end of the year, like we'll put them all together, we'll get them quilted, we'll show you what they look like. And I do try to make mine somewhat different. I can't make them too different, but somewhat different than the designers, just to show you what you can do with your fabrics. And then also, anytime you see a designer that has like a free sew-along, let me know. I'm always trying to support the designers who have those free sew-alongs. When they have the free sew-alongs, I like to show them to you just so that you can use your stash. I'm not, I'm so excited to see you at the retreat. Oh, me too, Heather. Yeah, I can tell you, I'll just tell y'all now. I'm moving Emma into college in 2 weeks from today. To say I might have a midlife crisis soon is pretty accurate. I'm having a very hard time. I am, when she was little, I used to be like, I can't wait till she goes to college. And then when she went through like her teenage years, I mean, she's still a teenager, but I mean, there were some rough years there. But let me tell you, I don't want her to go. Like, I don't know what to do with myself. I know this sounds bad, and my boys understand. I have no idea what's going on in those games. I show up to every game, so my kids will not complain, but they know I don't have a clue what's going on. At the end of the game, Christopher will say, did you see that hop step or something? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, but no, I saw it, but I don't know what you're talking about. So kind of the joke, so I guess like I enjoy going, I enjoy seeing my kids, but I don't understand a damn thing that's going on. And I know that sounds horrible, but last week I had to drive to Georgetown twice and Round Rock twice in 3 days. The drive about killed me. But I mean, I think he does good, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't get it. I know this sounds horrible as a mother, but I mean, going to a basketball game? Great. I'll go. Is it fun? Not really. For me, I mean, yeah, I like to see it, but like, it's not like shopping with a teenage girl. And Kevin took Emma to Paris. She wanted to go to Paris and she wanted to go to Munich because she wanted to see all the World War II stuff. And I was getting texts the entire time, and they were like, Kevin said, I think I figured out that you're the instigator for all the stuff that Emma buys. And I was like, she's over there throwing me under the bus. But anyway, I don't know. It's going to be really hard. And so she moves in. We're going to drive up there Thursday night. She moves in. They give you at a time, I guess, 7:30 Friday morning. I'm assuming it'll take all day to put all the stuff together, like the little cheap stuff we bought from Amazon. And then Saturday, I'm sure I'll just be running errands for whatever we didn't get. And then Sunday, I'm going to drive up to Dallas and go to the retreat. I'm probably going to be crying the entire time. I just don't know what I'm going to do with myself. And I'm sure that I'm going to go through this with my sons. But there's just something with a daughter. I just don't know. So I love all my kids equally. But like a girl, when I go to dance, I know what's going on. Even my son Will was like, oh my God, Mom, are you going to even come to the football games? And I was like, I'm going to come. And he's like, I know you don't like watching band. And I'm like, no, I can't even see where you are. There's 320 people in his band or something. I cannot see where he is. And their hats go to right here. Kevin and I, so even with binoculars, no clue where he's at. No clue. There's just too many people on the thing. So he was like, are you going to come? And I'm like, yes, I'm going to come. But I did tell him, I said, but I might sit in the car until it's halftime. And he was like, well, then what are you going to do? Make Dad watch it by himself? I was like, he doesn't care. Anyway, but it's going to be hard. So I'm just like, if I don't look the best. But I've just been like crying and like just not doing well. And Kevin went, I don't know. I just feel like I'm going to have a midlife crisis. I see all these moms around me having them. We'll be ready to cry with you at the retreat. I'm probably not going to talk about it. I'm probably just going to be in denial. I just don't even know. When I dropped my daughter off, I cried all the way home. Yeah. Mary asks, sometimes you cut bigger and you trim evenly. How much bigger? Okay, so Jordan showed this. Let me look at what this is because I don't want to tell you wrong. So maybe these are 2 3/4 inch cut size or something. I cut everything 1/4 to 1/2 inch bigger. It depends how much extra fabric I have. So whatever it is, I cut. That's my answer. 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch bigger. Kind of depends how much fabric I have. Okay, but when I go to the retreat, I'll tell you what I'm going to work on. So I've always wanted to make a tilde quilt. So there is a tilde quilt that a lot of you have loved and liked, and actually they're starting to have more of their solids in stock. So I'm going to make myself one tilde quilt that's very intricate. I'm going to cut all of the fabrics before I go and put them in little boxes. We'll do a reel of like everything. So that's going to be one thing I'm going to make. The other thing I'm going to make is there's a Sunday brunch by Tilda. I'm going to make From Scrappiness is Happiness. There's a pattern called Fat Quarter Flirt. I'm going to make that. What are the other things I'm making? I can't even think.
You have something with the jelly roll starched.
Oh, jelly roll. We have a new product called Jelly Braid Paper, and I'm going to use Heather Briggs fabric sunbonnet, and I'm going to make a bed runner. Now, I'm going to experiment with a couple of things to, I don't want to say what I'm going to do because Denise told me, she looked at me crazy and was like, that's not going to work. Are you the one that told me it's not going to work?
I don't know how it's going to end up.
I don't think it's going to work. After after I thought about it, I was like, yeah, I don't think it's going to work. But I am going to make like a little bed runner. What else am I taking? I'm going to take some of my, okay, they're my blocks from the, oh gosh, Lori Holt. They're the 2 papers. Woven Star and then Courthouse Steps. I have that all starched and ready, and I don't really know what else I'm taking, but that's what I'm taking. Oh, yeah, I think that's all I'm taking. Is that all you think I'm taking so far?
So far that I know.
Yeah, so far that's all I'm taking. I have to get it together. But I'm going to show you something I've got to finish before I go to retreat. Okay, now we're going to talk about the 2 new free quilt-alongs by Fat Quarter Shop that are coming up. We do these every year.
Don't unroll this.
Okay, so Denise is telling me I can't unroll it because it's a mystery. So this is what's available now. This is the Up on the Rooftop Mystery Quilt-Along. Week 1 was this. That was last week. This is week 2. We have 11 kits left, and that is it. And we cannot make more. So this is a cross weave by Moda. Now, the pattern is completely free. If you ordered that advanced pattern where you got it super early, you've already received your pre-cuts. So 11 kits left, and I have seen so many of you sewing along. So in a future live stream, we'll show a bunch of pictures of all your blocks. I have noticed that a lot of you are still using this cross weave, so I think that's really cool. And let me see. I'm not supposed to show you anything. Denise is like, what? Okay, so that is Up on the Rooftop, part 1, part 2. Now, this is a free pattern and also a free video where I give you tips. And there's 4 parts to this one. So release 3 will come out next week, I believe on Wednesday or Tuesday. The next quilt is called Autumn Nights Mystery. Now, some years we do Halloween free and some years we do fall. This year we're doing fall, and the way we determine that is really basically what fabric is available and what we think is going to look best. Now, these kits are in stock. We only have 30 left. I can make more though, so I'm going to try to do that today. I'm waiting on this fabric to arrive. This is Eyelet from Fig Tree. If you placed a reservation for this kit, it shipped to you earlier this week if your credit card processed. The quilt and cross stitch pattern will receive their PDF in their email. Can you make that line bigger?
Oh. That one?
Yeah, August 25th.
August 25th. Oh, got it. And then August 26th, if you want to wait and get the free version, that's August 26th. If you want to pay for it, have it in advance, that is thank you to Jordan. So we had so many people in previous years say, I don't want to wait every week. I just want to pay. Can you just give it to me one time? It's easier. So Jordan said, why don't we do that? And we did. The fabric requirements and the supply list are out for both of these sew-alongs. Kate asked the question I knew was going to be asked. Will you get any of the Tilda quilts? I was like, yeah, as soon as I say. So we'll see. Hopefully, yes.
Oh my word.
But for me, I just want to go to the retreat and do something for myself for once. Okay. So Denise wanted to remind you guys that the Jolly Bar 5 sampler quilt along is starting in August. So the book is out now. I'm going to sew mine with the Gentler Times Jolly Bar that arrived this week. This is my background. I picked a pink, and this is starched. And I'm going to give you a little tip. It's a Jolly Bar quilt along, but I don't really use the Jolly Bar. I use the layer cake. That's a complete waste of money. I'm just telling you what I really do. Is this my binding?
That's your binding.
And then this is my binding. I don't like it. I might change it. I don't trust myself to. So Gentler Times arrived this week. I'll flip through this layer cake so you can see it, and then later we won't.
I was gonna say I have the half yard bundle.
Yeah, well, let me just, I'll show them this, and then we'll just show the half yard bundle as full. So this one is starched. And this is what I made all of the vintage Milkmaid blocks out of. The Sunbonnet collection is not in stock yet. Each store, you can do something called, it's called Sample Spree, where you get one in advance. You purchase one in advance. So I got one in advance, and that's what I'm using to make mine. And I also have some of her other previous collections.
We got a super sticker
We got a super sticker.
from Valeria Bauer.
Valeria Bauer, hi. Oh, and there's a new thing on YouTube now, and we're going to figure out how to make it go in. But now when you comment, it'll give you a number. And so, like, if you get a 1, I guess that means you comment a lot. If you get a 24, I guess you comment less. I guess it goes 1 through 25.
Point system.
It's a point. Okay, can you explain it?
That's all. It's a point system for how active you are in chat. And the top fans will be listed at the top of the chat.
Dropping an image of the top fans for you.
Oh, good. I'm gonna tell you who my top fans are. Now, let me tell you, I commented on somebody's YouTube channel. It gave me a 24, and I've never commented before. So, okay, let's give our top fans. Number 1, the Bothula. It says 1,000 XP. Valeria Bauer, number 2, 1,000 XP. I don't know what any of these mean. Kathy Dayton, 275 XP. She's number 3. Lori Strauss, number 4. And then Kim Rohde, number 5. And those say 75 XP. So that's exciting. Anyway, I was so excited that I commented on somebody's channel and I got a 24. I was like, ooh, I got a number. This is starched, and Kimberly Roberto asked, does the starch make my machine dusty inside? No, my thread. I think thread does. I've already answered that one. And then I just keep everything in these blue bins, just so you see what we do. And this is how I'm going to pack everything for my retreat. The thing that I am going to do different than I have done in previous years is I'm going to cut everything for my projects before I leave. I'll do a reel of that, and then I'm going to pack them real tight. I'm not going to be able to take as much as in the past because I'm going to be moving Emma in her dorm, and we have been buying a lot of, like, you need a desk cover or you need storage. Like, it doesn't come with a chest of drawers. The room doesn't. So we bought, it's just stuff that takes up space. It's super inexpensive, I can tell you that. I haven't spent very much money, but Kevin is going to have to be putting a lot of stuff together. And I was like, oh, Kevin, I'm going to help you. And he just kind of looked at me like, because I will help. I'm like the most helpful person ever, but I have no idea what I'm doing, no sense of direction, no. I'm making the up on the rooftop with a light blue fabric with snowflakes on it, and the same with cross stitch. Yay! Okay, so this is the behind the scenes hint from Denise. If you search Spooky Box Limited Edition 2025, you can click, add your email, and then you will know when it goes live. In case, now we're doing that just because people complain if it sells out. So you want to know about that spooky box? That's Halloween. You would put that in. And then the June Sew Sampler. Now I will tell you, we're getting very low on our memberships. So I don't even know how many memberships we have available, but I'm going to show you the June Sew Sampler reveal. The theme is Midsummer Magic. There's a coupon on the back, so I can't show it to you. And this year we did, or this month we did Tulip Pink Full Moon Forest. It's so cute. I'll show you the fabrics that are in it. And the pattern is called Wise Owls, and I've seen a couple of you have already made it, so that's exciting. So these are 10-inch squares. And then we added a 3.5-inch Creative Grids ruler. I use this all the time. We added some magic clips by Taylor Seville. Now these are, they're different. They're longer than Wonder Clips, and they're stronger than Wonder Clips, but they're much more bulky. So this is something that I think is good to try to see, you know, if you like this, if you like something that's this heavy. Huh? No, I couldn't hear you running. And then Arafil, we gave you some purple thread. Here's the pattern. Oh, and Denise brought the quilt. And then this is the flowering block that you get with it. So the flowering block I'm going to show you. This is block, I don't know.
It says it on the back.
Oh. 1. Block 1. Block 2. And these are sewn by Teresa, and then this is the block 3. And I would encourage you, even if you're not sewing these, let me show you. If you're not sewing these this year, I would keep them. I would put them in page protectors and just put them in a little binder because, for example, I'm going to retreat. The first thing I did was I went into my closet and I was like, hey, what book do I have? What patterns do I have? Now, I promised myself I would make myself a Tilda quilt. And I'm thinking the one I'm gonna make, I'm actually gonna hang it up upstairs in my house. I've been looking for something to put there forever. It's very feminine, so I'm sure my boys will be like, what the heck are you doing? But it's okay. And I was thinking I might make my boys some pillowcases too. I don't think Emma cares about a pillowcase. Will Berry and Pine ever come back in stock? No, whatever we have is what we have. Okay, Denise is gonna show you the quilt behind. Look at Denise, she's hiding. And I match, look, my pink and my purple, I match. But this is my favorite hoodie. I wear it all day, every day. I'm freezing. It's hot in Texas, but not to me. You can walk out now. Okay, that's what he said. Okay, so, I'm so excited about these. These are so cute. So we always ask all these manufacturers, can we borrow your quilts to share with our customers so that you can see what you're actually getting? Because if you're like me, I want to see what I'm getting. And so we have been doing this for, it's not 15 years, it's 15 seasons, but I think they do them twice a year. This is the 15th Simple Whatnots miniature club that Kim Deal has done. And with this club, what she does is she offers those patterns just to the stores that offer the club. So the only way to get these patterns is to be in the club. So this fabric collection is called Love Struck, And these are 4 of the miniature quilts. This is going to start in January 2026. And what we do is we order a certain amount, and when they're gone, they're gone. And you get the fabric to make the front and the binding of each of these. And then these, what do you think these are for? You think they hang them up on something? They put Velcro on them.
Maybe, like,
They
to
might.
display them.
Yeah, so I'm going to show you the 4 quilts. Now, these are all made, I'm not sure who made them, but this one's called Social Climber. And with the club, you get all of them. It's not a pick and choose. And they're miniatures. And I think this might be the first time she's really put yellow in her collections. So there's 6 or 7 as part of the club. They only sent 4 of us, 4 to show you. I think it's interesting on the back, they put the same fabric on all of them. And this, I think, is so cool. I want Jordan to show it up close. Look at this binding. This is so awesome. So, okay, so let me move this. I love this. So they started the binding on the back, flipped it over, and it is stitched down perfectly. Look at that. Oh, I wish I could do binding. Can you do binding like that, Denise? Like this. This is how my binding would look. I could never do that straight.
Oh no.
There's no way I could do that straight. So if you want to sign up for that club, I'm excited because now you can see the fabric. Thank you to Henry Glass for letting us borrow these, and Kim Deal. This one reminds me of like playing a little game. Thank you to the super chat from Brenda Wall. Okay, now I'm going to show you something I've been working on, which is called delaying and putting off for a very long time. So, you want to show in the front, Jordan? This thing is huge. Okay, let's see. This is the bottom. That's what it looks like. It's huge. So I'm making this for Emma. And I met a lady in last summer when I was in Houston, and I was like, I really need help. She knew who I was, but I was like, can you please help me find some TCU colors? And she did. So let me tell you, the pattern I bought from a lady online called MJ's Off the Hook Designs. So yeah, it's good right there, Jordan. So basically, this is the bottom of the blanket, and then it goes to a dark purple, back to cream, light purple, and then that's more than half done, and then it's going to reverse and go back to this. Now, this is a yarn eater. I have never spent so much money on a blanket in my life, because you have to make, so it's crochet, so you have to make 2 rows to get the effect of 1. So basically, like that is 2 rows right there. So it's just a lot of work. But basically, I've been avoiding doing this. I bought it in the summer. First, I didn't want to start it because I didn't want to jinx that she was going to get into TCU. And then I'm just in denial that she's going. Now, I feel like it's not long enough, so I did buy some extra of this color so that I can add a couple of rows in the center. But so this is what I'm sending her off to college with. I think it's really cute. I love this. My sister-in-law actually helped me pick out the pattern. I had picked some other stuff, and she was like, no, I think this one will be good. I think the colors are perfect. It's very heavy. It's very thick. The edge is not, my edges are never great. I definitely don't crochet like I quilt. At the end, I have decided I'm not going to block it off. That's no way I'm doing that. And then I'm not going to add a border. She has a really pretty border in the pattern, but if I did that border, I would have to buy like, I don't know, 6 more skeins, and you have to change color as you go. And I was like, you know what? Emma doesn't care about a border. She doesn't know. And I think the border actually looks pretty nice. And she has a cute, her channel is MJ's Off the Hook Designs. I found it on YouTube, and then I paid for her pattern. I'm making it for Emma. So, oh, and then Will saw it last night. He was like, Mom, are you making that for Emma? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, where's mine? I'm like, in your room you have like how many? And I'm like, well, when you go to college, I'll make you one. And then you can see I haven't woven all my stuff in yet.
Do you usually wait until the very end?
To what?
To
To
weave.
wove it in? Okay, that's a good question. Denise asked if I wait till the end to weave it in. No, I usually do it about, once I've gone about 3 rows, and then I weave it in the back, but this one just poked out. But what I do, I think it's a big no-no, but I see how this is coming out. When I joined these two together, so these two, I ran out of thread last night actually, which is why I stopped. Right here, when I join, I put a knot here. I might put 2. You're never gonna see that knot, it's underneath. And that way, because this fabric is very thick, it's gonna pop out. Like I'm sure you can see some that have woven in, it pops out of the back, it just does. So that way if she gets scissors and does something, at least it'll be knotted. Okay, so this, I'm gonna finish this. This, basically I did from about here all the way to here in the last 6 days, 5 days. So she's leaving in 2 weeks. I gotta get it done. Cause I kind of showed her some quilts and she was like, Mom, and I'm like, I know, you don't like my quilts. Are we holding that?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, okay.
I was just gonna have you.
Okay. So the quilt behind us is called Cherish. It is featuring Gentler Times by Lori Holt. So Gentler Times arrived Monday. So all of the collections, all the pre-cuts, a majority of the notions are online. Everything that has arrived is online, and this is the first kit we cut. So that is called Cherish. It's an It's So Emma pattern. So pretty. And then the next one is a Jolly Bar pattern. It's much smaller. That one that she just showed you was 76 by 88. And then this one, I'll just do table. This is called Gentle Blossoms. So when you saw that Jolly Bar earlier, let me show that Jolly Bar. I'll show you how you'll find the patterns in the Jolly Bar. So when you get your Jolly Bars, you look in here, here's gonna be your pattern for that. And you know, anytime you get a pattern like this, even if you're not gonna use it, even if you don't think you like it right then, save it, put it in a binder, put it somewhere so that you can go back to it. Thank you to Stitching with the Sisterlies. She says, I love that Emma's colors are purple. Oh, and then this is the backing that we put on the sample. I don't know who made this one.
Yeah, you'll have to do that.
Okay.
Can you show the notions?
Yeah, I'll show the notions first and then I'll show all the pre-cuts. So I'm going to show you everything that came in the last 2 weeks. It's a ton of stuff. So every time Lori does a collection, she does notions and fabrics. She usually does these beekeeper binders, and this is the one that's larger. There's some that she does that are smaller. This one is, I think it's 2.5 inches. These always sell out. She always has a mug. They're called enamel tin mugs. And you're supposed to hand wash only, but I will tell you, I have run them through the dishwasher before. I don't recommend that, but mine have been fine. And then her design boards. She has the 7-inch, 2 10-inch, two 14-inch, and 2 18-inch. And I really need to buy some new design boards. Some of mine I've really messed up from taking them to and from work. So she has 7 new design boards. The So Simple shapes that go along with her applique just came in. This is the Honeybee Garden. The quilt kit is not cut yet, but it's like big beehives. This will probably be in stock in like 2 weeks or something. It takes a while to cut. will Gentler Times quilt seeds 1 through 9 be at once or dripped out over time? They will be at once. Thank you to Lene Reese for the super chat. So she has 1 scissor minder this time and 3 charms. Now this scissor minder is huge. This is one where she kind of, well, to me, she calls them scissor minders instead of needle minders. That's 4 inches by 3 1/4, 3 1/2. So she has the needle minder, the tulip charm, the pear charm, and the flower basket charm. Oh, no. Tulip, pear, flower basket. And then I'm going to show you, I don't usually show you every pre-cut, but with Gentler Times I am because her stuff just sells like crazy. And this one is a little bit different. So the Jelly Roll, no, this Roly Poly, it only has the darks in it. Maybe 1 light, you know, it doesn't really have the lights. The Jolly Bar also has the darks, not the backgrounds. The charm packs, you can get the print charm pack or the background charm pack. If you get just the charm pack, you're not getting any of the backgrounds. If you get the background, you'll get different, you'll get multiples. So I think there's 8 backgrounds. So you get multiples of that. Same thing with the layer cake. You get backgrounds only, prints only. So for the layer cake and charm pack, you can pick between background and print. Jolly Bar only print, Roly Poly only print. And then this is your half yard bundle. Your half yard bundle we cut at Fat Quarter Shop, and that includes both backgrounds and prints.
It's a hefty box.
And it's a big old box. It's really heavy. The ball cap, I'm not sure when that will be released. I know it hasn't arrived yet. I have it at my house though, and everybody comments on it. The what?
Good comment?
Yeah, good comments. They're like, I want one. I'm like, okay, well, when they come in stock. I think it's so cute. The Show Simple Shapes, are they included in the applique quilt? I don't know. I don't think so. You'd have to read the product description. I don't remember that at the top of my head. Now I'm going to show you some quilt kits that come with some of the collections that have arrived. This first one is called Snowdrop. It is using the Very Merry Christmas collection by Bunny Hill. It's an Itzo Emma pattern.
Very
It's,
sweet Christmas.
what did I say?
Mary.
Oh, sorry, A Very Sweet Christmas. 54 by 54, and so this is actually pretty easy. They're bigger pieces. And then we have a couple of kits from that collection. I think we have 3. The next one is called Everything Nice. I think we can just put that one on the table so you don't have to hold it. It's 56 inches square. And this is the Jolly Bar pattern. And this is the white on white from the collection.
Do you want to do this table, or you want me to hold it? I can hold it.
Yeah, I'll hold it. The next one is called Starling's Fabric Kit. This is a Jolly Bar pattern from the Jolly Bar book. So you have to purchase the book separately. It is a fabric kit, so it only comes with the fabric in the kit. It's 56 by 68. It also uses that same white on white from the collection. The next one, I think we showed it to you before it was quilted, but now it's quilted. The Tiny Christmas collection by Lizzie House came in stock, and it's her first Christmas collection. It's now quilted. The pattern is a PDF pattern by Fat Quarter Shop. It's 16 by 58, and it uses the Creative Grids hexagon, 4-in-1 hexagon ruler. And so you can see the different pieces. This next quilt is ginormous. It's called the Layer Cake Crepe Quilt. This is the Frivolity collection by Sweet Fire Road. This is a shortcut pattern. It uses 2 layer cakes, 1 print layer cake and 1 solid layer cake, completely free pattern at Fat Quarter Shop. It's 70 by 86. And then I'm going to show you all the fabric that has come in stock. Now I'll show you a little tip on rolling quilts. If this was storing at my house, it's not because I don't own it. I think this is Nova's. I would roll it this way if I was going to put it in a bucket to show. If I was just going to hide it, I would roll it inside out. And then you have no put a little bow on it, then you have no wrinkles in it. Oh yeah, have I thought about doing a fall mystery in lieu of Halloween?
A couple people said that. Why don't you remind them this year is?
Okay, so this year is fall. Last 2 years was Halloween. Last 3 years was Halloween. Sometimes we do a free fall and sometimes we do a free Halloween. It 100% depends on the fabric that we are shown and what we like and what we think the customers will like. So that's what it's based on. I do not wash my fabric before starching. So I kind of think I want to take this to retreat and make something for Emma, even though I know she doesn't really want me to make anything. This is Sherbert Sunshine Flannel by Corey Yoder. We have all of the pre-cuts in stock and all of the yardage in stock. And I can tell you, I'm going to open one of the pieces. It is so soft. But I've kind of been I've been eyeing it, like thinking, oh, maybe I should. Or at least a pillowcase. It's so soft. And I haven't worked with flannels in a long, long time, so.
Would you starch it?
Oh, okay, so Denise asked if I would starch it. So I don't know. Teresa said she wouldn't, because we asked Teresa one time. She said she wouldn't because it would like pull, like it would, what did she say? Make like beads on it.
And I think it takes maybe away from like the
Takes away from the softness. So it's soft on this side, and then this side is more of just like, it feels like cotton. So one side is soft. If I wasn't going to starch it though, I would pre-wash it so at least the shrinkage would come out before. When I went to this retreat 2 years ago, I made some gifts. I made all my kids something. But this year, I decided I should do something for myself. Kim Deal uses a wine rack to display her table runners. It's a very cute way to display them. I have 2 wine racks. That's a cute idea. So that's Sherbert Flannel. Simply Cozy by Zen Chic arrived, and this arrived in different sections, but now all of it, we have all of it in stock. That means yardage, pre-cuts, and all of the spotted. These SKUs that you see right here, I believe they are new spotted colors. I might be wrong, but spotted is the basic by Zen Chic.
these would make cute burp cloths.
Oh, Denise said those would make cute burp cloths. It's just, I just love the way it feels. And I don't know how, like, I don't know the last time a designer did a flannel. I would wash flannel before I sewed it. I'm just trying to keep in mind in my car I'm not going to have as much room. I could ship stuff though, that's the other thing, I could ship stuff. So that's Simply Cozy. This is Memory Lane by Brenda Riddle. I did think maybe I should make a woven star out of this one, but I think I might already have. a woven star block for my scrappy quilt. This one's really sweet. Okay, now one person already commented on this earlier in the live stream, but Moda did release their catalog this morning. So we are meeting with our sales rep on Monday morning, so we will be putting online the new Moda releases Monday and then throughout the week. We usually put the collections up first, the ones we know we're gonna buy, and then kind of our stragglers throughout, and then the kits at the very end. Do you give little gifts to other attendees? Yes, I do. I have not even gotten that far, but I'm gonna have to ship those. Then Tiny Christmas, this is the table runner I showed you. I should have brought Peyton. He could have helped y'all. So this is Tiny Christmas by Lizzie House Designs. It's that table runner that I showed you. These are her pearl bracelets. I love these, the little candy canes. And we usually open the half yards to show you, just because that way you can see the scale of it against my hand. You know, you'll know if it's a small scale or poinsettias. This was the backing that was on the quilt. This one's really pretty. And then this is the pearl bracelet in white. So it's this print in white. Agatha Road is the collection that we are using for the fall mystery. And there have been 2 or 3 collections like this that Joanna has done before that would mix and match really nicely with them if you have them already in your stash. Off the top of my head, I can't think of them. I do know I have them in my stash though. I always love the alphabets. And all of the Agatha Road is in stock. So you guys could comment and tell me what you're making with each of the fabrics if you have them. It's overwhelming, I know. And I get that it's overwhelming because I'm trying to go to retreat and I'm trying to pick. And I'm just like, oh, it's so hard to pick. And I'm not really taking the stuff that I'm doing for work there because I do reels with those. And so it'd be hard to do that at retreat. Now this collection has not all arrived. This is Dottie. These are new Dotties by Robin Pickens. The pre-cuts are in stock, but the bolts have not arrived yet. And so I'm hoping these stay in stock. I think the older colors have been discontinued.
I want to say the bolts come next week.
The bolts come next week, according to Denise.
Jordan, will you tab over? Like,
Oh, hit the right arrow.
yeah.
Oh, yardage is going to arrive Tuesday. Look at Denise. So it'll probably be online Wednesday. These blues are really nice. So that's a basic collection. And then Starry is a collection that has been around for a while by Ruby Star. I'm going to open this. Now, I will tell you, Starry, out of all of the Ruby Star, is what sells the best out of everything they have. This one, everything is in stock. Now, these are the new colors. Let me do it this way so you don't see the salvage. So it's a range of darks to lights. And any Starry SKU that is on Moda, if it's still in stock, we still order it. I'm making myself a note to check. I'm gonna make sure. Sometimes they discontinue them and bring them back, so I'm gonna check. Jean says, thank you to FQS for customer service high standards. Shout out to Kelly. Yay, we will tell her. I love this pink. And then Art Gallery, we have a couple of new collections. This is Bohemia. And it's a really small collection. We keep the Art Gallery collections, they keep them in print longer than other companies, so we usually keep their collections in stock for about 6 months. The Starry does not have metallic. Does it, Denise? I don't think it does. I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
No.
No, I think there are some in the past that did have metallic. This is Botanica. So Bohemia, Botanica, Modernista. Bohemia, Botanica, Modernista. You think I did it right?
Yeah. That way I can put them back.
Oh. Oh, you better not trust me. This one's really cool. Then Henry Glass. Okay, this one is so cute. This one is called Santa's Coming to Town. It is so, so cute. So this is the panel. It's 23 inches wide. I think this would make the cutest, like if you wanted to make like a gift bag, like this on one side and just like another one on the other side, and then you could put gifts in it. Oh, it's so cute. And this is by Stacy West. And then here are the fabrics. They're very small scale and they have a vintage vibe to them. I'll show you. Like to me, that looks vintagey. It does also have a reproduction feel to it, especially because the prints are so small and dainty. I love this one. Look at the little Santas. And then this is the next collection, Baubles and Balsam by Kim Deal. And this one has a block of the month that we are offering. I believe that there are a couple of spots left. When we have that quilt sewn, we will show it. And we'll show that quilt even if we sell out of the block of the month, just so everybody can see it. So this one's Christmassy, but not. I mean, I don't know how to explain. It's, there are no Christmas motifs, but it has the Christmas coloring. And then usually Kim Deal has a couple of backgrounds. This time there's only one, and all of this is in stock. Island Boutique, this is Spooktacular Boutiques, and every year we try to have one boutique in Christmas, one boutique in Halloween, and then one boutique in Patriotic. They tend to do really well, and they're kind of hard to find, if that makes sense. So when we're buying, we're always looking for at least one each year. So that, you know, for people who love that look. Jordan, do you like this one? No, I could see him wearing a shirt with this. Somebody at work asked me, I don't know, because I was talking about back to school shopping. I have 2 of my kids done. Well, 3. Emma, I'm not buying her clothes. She has enough clothes. One of my kids was like, well, what does Peyton dress like? I was like Jordan. Okay, Anna Maria is with Northcott Fabrics, and she now I think this is going to sell really well. These are wovens. I'm gonna open one just so you can see it. It's very soft. And so this is the back side. You can see that it's woven. And this is the front side. So this is like a dobby. They're all a little bit different. We don't have any quilt kits planned for Corey Yoder's Sherbert collection. She has a lot of patterns. She has 6 patterns that go with that collection, and I placed an order Monday to make sure we have all of those patterns in stock. And so some of these are dobies like these, and then some of these are flat. We've been stocking Fabulism, and that fabric is selling like crazy. So I'm thinking this will sell really good too. This one we just loaded. Yardage is in stock and some pre-cuts. Oh no, I know what it is. The yardage is in stock, but there are some, with Anna Maria, she's doing different collections at one time, and then she's doing some bundles that combine all the collections. Those are not coming until the very, very end because you have to wait till all those collections come out. We did buy all of her collections. This is Spotted Graffiti by Marcia Durst for Wyndham Fabrics, and we have half of the yardage in stock, and then we have the fat quarter bundles in stock. So for some reason we did not receive all of the yardage. So if you're looking for the yardage and it's not online, it will be online soon as they ship it. Does Jordan quilt or sew? He can cross stitch. Can you? He started sewing a skeleton doll. Did he? He cut it. Have you used the machine? No, he just cut it. So Much Joy by Mary Engelbright. Okay, so Mary Engelbright, 20 years ago, she had fabric all the time. So she's a new designer with Free Spirit. This is Jacqueline DeJong for Anthology Boutiques, Beach Day Boutiques, and Anthology is owned by Wyndham, just if you're curious. And Jacqueline, we don't sell her patterns, but her patterns are foundation paper pieced and very, very intricate. So she does beautiful work. And out of all the Anthology Boutiques, anything with her name on it outsells everything. We finally have a new Aunt Grace collection by Judy Rothermel, and this one is called Aunt Grace Goes Scrappy. I think this one's gonna sell really well. They're small. They're about 1.5 inches wide. Now, the great thing is this is called Aunt Grace Goes Scrappy. There's also an Aunt Grace I Love You that's coming out next year, and then there's an Aunt Grace Goes Bold, which is also coming out next year. 1930s, when we started, was like a big, big category. It's a much smaller category now, but I love to see when we get new 1930s that are pretty. There's just not as many to choose from, bless you, as there used to be.
I'm gonna make a project bag out of that.
Denise is gonna make a project bag out of this, and then she's gonna bring it and show it to us.
This one and that one.
Which one?
The
Oh, the beach day.
sewing bird.
Oh, Sewing Bird. Winter Village is by Three Wishes Fabrics. So these Three Wishes, they do a lot of motif based, not so much collection based. So this is their new collection. We just have it in half yard bundles and yardage. And this is one of those companies that we can buy it once and then we are not able to reorder it. They just bring in exactly what they print. I think it's upside down. Winter Village. And then I saved this for last because I know a lot of you are going to go crazy. This is called Sewing Bird. It's been a while since Laundry Basket Aditya Sitar has done a group of just blues and whites, and they always sell well. We will keep this in stock until Andover discontinues it. So we will keep it in stock. If it sells out, we'll reorder it. Obviously, I don't know how long it will take. There are florals and some different sewing motifs. It's called Sewing Bird. Stitches, pinwheels, scissors, spools. And then these are sawtooth stars, I believe. And I hadn't seen this in person. It's really pretty. When we buy Andover, we actually buy it from a computer screen. We don't even, we don't see it even on paper. Now these creams are beautiful. There's a lot of detail in them. These are pins and bows.
People are loving
This fabric.
this collection,
Yeah, this fabric is so pretty. This will probably be like a really hot seller. These are buttons. And then like you can kind of, I'm gonna do this so you can see the whole thing together. So you can see the range of all the way to the darkest to the lightest. There are a lot of backgrounds in this collection. Are all the Baubles and Blossom Block of the Month reservations sold out? There's no place to reserve it on their website. It just sold out. And then the way those work is we add spots if people don't pay. So sometimes people won't pay and then we'll add them back. How do I handle starching a large piece of fabric? I have a 4-yard background to starch and I'm overwhelmed. It's bulky and hard to manage. So what I would do is I would take it and I would have it in half. So you'd have salvage to salvage. And I would put it on the ironing board and I would just starch. Move it, starch. I would just do one side and I would just starch. Then I would flip it over, starch all the way across, and then I would just lay it on. I have a big, it's just a really cheap, it's actually kind of like, I need to get a new one from Amazon. What are those called, Denise?
The drying rack?
Drying rack. So just like a drying rack, I think it was like 15 bucks. Mine's like coming apart, and then I just open it at that point and put it over the drying rack and then just kind of drag it on the floor.
You did a reel. I'm going to see if I can link it in chat.
Okay, she's going to try to link a reel of what I did on that. And then our giveaway is we're going to give away 4 of the June Sew Sampler boxes. You have until Thursday, July 31st, and we will announce the winner August 1st. What I want you to do is after the video goes live, comment and let me know out of all the sew alongs I'm showing, which one is your favorite or which one are you sewing along with. And then in 2 weeks, it will be pre-recorded and I will be probably hot and sweaty and moving my daughter into college and I'm gonna be okay. I hope all of you have a great week and I will see you in 2 weeks.